We are moving on to our next portion. We have so far discussed surface tension and we are moving on to viscosity. So you might be well familiar with the word viscosity. So when the word comes to into our mind, what is the feeling that you have? Viscosity means what? It is something that some force which prevents the flow of a fluid. Viscosity. Okay, it is something that prevents the motion of a fluid. Okay, so suppose we are having a liquid. A fluid can be either a liquid or a gas, and we are taking a liquid which is flowing over a horizontal surface. Right, a liquid which is moving along a horizontal surface. And if the motion of the liquid is assumed to be very slow, the liquid is flowing very slowly and steadily. It is found that the layer of the liquid one layer of the liquid will be in contact with the fixed surface. അല്ല, ഇപ്പൊ നമ്മൾ എടുക്കുകയാണ്, നമ്മൾ പുഴയിലൂടെ വെള്ളം ഒഴുകിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അപ്പൊ എന്താണ്, പുഴന്റെ അണ്ടർഗ്രൗണ്ട് ഉണ്ട്, ബോട്ടത്തിന്റെ അടുത്തുള്ള ലേയേഴ്സിന്റെ വെലോസിറ്റി വളരെ കുറവായിരിക്കും അല്ലെ. That is the layer of the liquid which is in contact with the fixed surface, and fixed surface is the bottom bed of the river, will be almost at rest, which is having the same velocity as that of the bottom. Bottom എന്ന് പറയുന്ന റെസ്റ്റിലാണ്. അപ്പം ആ ലിക്വിഡ് സർഫസ് which is touching the bottom surface at rest will be assumed to be rest. And what happens next is that the velocities of other layer which is above this surface, that is innermost layer, increases uniformly with their increasing distance from the stationary layer. Appo this layer, first layer which is in contact with the bottom, will be at rest, and all other layers one after another will be having a velocity which is gradually increasing from the stationary layer, and the velocity of the surface layer is found to be maximum. And what happens is that as we are moving away from this layers, what happens is that the velocity of the layer at the surface is found to be maximum. And now we assume two adjacent layers of the liquid which is at a certain distance from the bottom. Upper layer tends to pull the lower layer forward. We assume the divide the water flow into so many layers, and each of these layers will be in contact with each other, and the lowermost layer will be having zero velocity and the uppermost layers will be having maximum velocity. So uppermost layer will have a tendency to increase the velocity of the lower layer. അതായത് ഏറ്റവും മുകളിലുള്ള ലെയറിനെ എപ്പോഴും എന്താണ്, തന്റെ അടിയിലുള്ള ലെയറിന്റെ വെലോസിറ്റി കൂട്ടാനുള്ള ടെൻഡൻസി ഉണ്ടാവും. The upper layer tends to pull the lower layer forward, thus accelerate it. But what is the tendency for the lower layer? The lower layer just have a tendency to retard the motion of the upper layer. Either accelerate the motion of upper layer is having a tendency to accelerate the motion of the lower layer, but the lower layer will be having a tendency to retard the motion of the upper layer. Thus the two adjacent അപ്പം എന്താണ്, ഒരു ലെയറിന് മുന്നോട്ട് പോകാനായിരിക്കും ടെൻഡൻസി, അടുത്ത ലെയറിന് എന്താണ് ടെൻഡൻസി ഉണ്ടാവുക, ഈ മുകളിലത്തെ ലെയറിന്റെ ആക്സലറേഷന് മുന്നോട്ടുള്ള മോഷനെ പ്രിവെന്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ. So what happens is that these two layers behaves as if there is a friction existing between the two adjacent layers, and which prevents their relative motion. And if there is no external force, the retarding force existing between the various layers bring the liquid at rest. അപ്പോൾ വേറെ എക്സ്റ്റേണൽ ഫോഴ്സസ് ഒന്നും ഇല്ല എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ എന്താണ്, കുറച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഓരോ ലേയേഴ്സും തമ്മിലുള്ള ഈ റിട്ടാർഡിംഗ് ഫോഴ്സ് വിൽ മേക്സ് ദ ലിക്വിഡ് അറ്റ് റെസ്റ്റ്. Okay, if there is no external force which is acting on the liquid, there is a force of retardation between the adjacent layers which prevents the further motion and brings the whole liquid to rest. Hope it is clear for you. Okay, suppose this layer which is at a distance x is having a velocity v, the other layer which is at a distance x plus dx will be having an increased velocity v plus d. So the property of a liquid, by virtue of which it opposes the relative motion between its various layers is called the viscosity, or the force that comes into play between the adjacent layers is called the viscous force. Hope it is clear for you. The property of a liquid by virtue of which the liquid tends to oppose the relative motion between the adjacent layers is called the phenomenon of viscosity, and the force that is acting between the adjacent layers is called the viscous force. You just take down the notes. So what happens next is that where all you can see the phenomenon of viscosity. It is due to the viscosity that a liquid which is being stirred. നമ്മളൊരു വെള്ളം എടുത്തിട്ട് എന്താണ്, നമ്മൾ ഒരു ഗ്ലാസ്സിൽ വെള്ളം എടുത്തിട്ട് കുറച്ച് സ്റ്റിർ ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ, കലക്കി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താണ്, കുറച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താണ്, the water in the vessel comes to rest after the stirrer is removed. This is because of the viscosity. Again, when a liquid flows uniformly, the force due to viscosity is equal and opposite to the applied force. Viscosity is also sometimes termed as the internal friction. The friction of a liquid is termed as velocity. It is the friction that helps for a person to walk on the surface of earth. Right. അതുപോലത്തെ സോളിഡിലുള്ള ഫ്രിക്ഷൻ, അതുപോലത്തെ ലിക്വിഡിലോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഫ്ലൂയിഡിലുള്ള ഫ്രിക്ഷൻ പറയുന്ന പേരാണ് വിസ്കോസിറ്റി. Viscosity is also sometimes termed as internal friction of the liquid because the force due to viscosity acts tangentially in a direction opposite to the relative motion between the different layers. അപ്പോൾ വിസ്കസ് ഫോഴ്സിന്റെ ഡയറക്ഷൻ എങ്ങനെയാണ്? എപ്പോഴും ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ആക്ടിങ് ടാൻജൻഷ്യൽ. ടാൻജൻഷ്യൽ മീൻസ് ഇതാണ് നമ്മുടെ ലെയർ എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ആ ലെയറിന് പാരലൽ ആയിട്ടാണ് വിസ്കസ് ഫോഴ്സ് ആക്ട് ചെയ്യുക, അല്ലെ? അപ്പൊ ഈ ലെയർ ഓഫ് ലിക്വിഡ് ഇങ്ങോട്ട് മൂവ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. ഇറ്റ് ഇസ് മൂവിങ് ഇൻ ദ ഫോർവേഡ് ഡിറക്ഷൻ മീൻസ് വിസ്കസ് ഫോഴ്സ് ആക്ട് അലോങ് ദ ബാക്ക്വേർഡ് ഡിറക്ഷൻ, അല്ലെ? അതിന് പാരലായിട്ട് ഇങ്ങോട്ട് ഒരു ലിക്വിഡിന്റെ ഫ്ലോ ഉണ്ട് എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ, ഓക്കെ, ഇറ്റ് ഇസ് ഫ്രം ലെഫ്റ്റ് ടു റൈറ്റ്, ദാറ്റ് യു ക്യാൻ സീ ദ കഴ്സർ വേർ ദ കഴ്സർ ഇസ് മൂവിങ്. സോ വിസ്കസ് ഫോഴ്സ് വിൽ ബി ആക്ടിങ് ഇൻ ദ ഓപ്പോസിറ്റ് ഡിറക്ഷൻ which is parallel to the flow of the liquid. So that is why it is called the internal friction of a liquid. Once the liquid stop flowing, the force due to viscosity is no longer there. Liquid rest there won't be the force due to viscosity. Right. Liquids like water, alcohol, etc., which flows very easily over a solid surface, are said to be very less viscous. And we are taking the case example of honey and glycerin, tar and all. They have a very slow flow, and it is said to be highly viscous fluids as compared to the other. Okay, so now we'll discuss about velocity gradient. Consider a liquid layer CD flowing with a velocity v at a distance x from the fixed surface. Consider a liquid layer CD which is flowing with a velocity v at a distance x from the fixed surface. Let another layer AB move with a velocity v plus dv at a distance x plus dx from the fixed surface. Thus the velocity differs by dv in going through a small distance dx. The quantity dv by dx is called the velocity gradient. Suppose a liquid layer CD is flowing with a velocity v at a distance x. Okay, you can see here a layer CD is at a distance x from the fixed surface, and this layer CD is moving with a velocity v. It is written here velocity, and we are having an adjacent layer AB. AB is at a distance x plus dx from the fixed bottom surface, and it is moving with the velocity v plus dv. Right. So the velocity difference of the upper layer compared to the lower layer CD is dv, and the extra distance distance of this upper layer is dx. So the quantity dv by dx, the variation of velocity with respect to distance, is dv by dx, and it is called the velocity gradient. Thus the velocity gradient is defined as the rate of change of velocity of a fluid with distance, and its unit of velocity is meter per second, and unit of distance is meter. So meter per second ilulla meterum denominator illa distance ilulla meterum cancel ചെയ്തു പോയി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ what is left is second inverse. So the unit of velocity gradient is second inverse. Okay. So next we are going to tell how you are going to define the velocity in terms of its equation. Viscosity. Sorry, the definition of viscosity in terms of its equation. The mathematical relation for viscosity was suggested by Sir Isaac Newton. According to Newton, the viscous force on a certain layer of liquid is directly proportional to the area of the layer. If we assume an area of a layer and the viscous force on the area of a layer is proportional to the area of layer and the velocity gradient at that layer. Okay. If A is the area of cross section of the liquid layer and dV by dx is the velocity gradient of that layer, then I have told the viscous force is proportional to area of cross section and the velocity gradient. So I can write F is directly proportional to A into dV by dx, or I can write F is equal to the proportionality constant is given by eta. So F is equal to eta into A into dV by dx. And the constant of proportionality eta is called the coefficient of viscosity. And it depends upon the nature of the fluid and temperature. And if the area of cross section is 1 and the velocity gradient dV by dx is 1, then I'll get F is equal to eta. So I can give a new definition for viscosity, or I can give a new definition for coefficient of viscosity. And the constant of proportionality here is called eta, and it is called the coefficient of viscosity. So I can give a definition for coefficient of viscosity as the tangential force. I have told already it is called the tangential force, because this force acting is parallel to the layer of the liquid which is in motion, and its direction is opposite to the motion of the liquid. So coefficient of viscosity is defined as a tangential viscous force acting per unit area, that is why A is 1, of a liquid having unit velocity gradient, that is dV by dx is 1, in a direction perpendicular to the direction of flow. Velocity gradient is perpendicular to the direction of flow. Okay. So the coefficient of viscosity may be defined as the tangential force acting per unit area of a liquid having unit velocity gradient in a direction perpendicular to the direction of. So next is we have to find out the unit for coefficient of viscosity, that is eta, and I can get the equation for eta. Eta is equal to F divided by A into dV by dx. F is what? Newton per meter square. Force is mass into acceleration. Okay, so we are trying to write the unit. Unit of force is Newton. Unit of area is meter square. And unit of velocity gradient is second inverse. So what I'll get is Newton meter square inverse into second. This second name but Newton second meter inverse. Okay. So if it is clear for you, this second inverse name it is second. Newton second meter inverse square. So the unit of viscosity is Newton second meter inverse square, or it is also called as Pascal second, or it is also called as decapoise. So eta is called the absolute viscosity or dynamic viscosity, and we can say eta is to be the absolute viscosity or dynamic viscosity, and reciprocal of eta is called the fluidity, and the reciprocal of viscosity is fluidity. And the term eta by rho is called kinematic viscosity. Eta, viscosity by density, is called the kinematic viscosity. Hope it is clear for you. Okay, so we have discussed what is viscosity, what is velocity gradient, and what is the definition for viscosity, and what is the unit of viscosity. Hope it is clear for you. The next class will discuss about the streamline for the critical velocity and derivation of Poiseuille's equation.